All right, Shalom.
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 First one, we'll give our praise to Abanawa,
Yahweh.
Yahweh, Hashem,
Double honors be to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us through the Spirit. Peace and much love and salutations to the hope of the Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latino Americans, you are children of this Bible. I talk about see 2021. His name recover Lord Yahweh Shai. In this video is we're gonna go into various topics. So the Spirit had, I was reading about Paul and about how Paul used his citizenship to get over and to move in the Spirit and make things easier on himself. And we can also learn as students, all right, of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, because we're all students, we're all learning. Because we learn from our forefathers and how they moved in the Spirit. And so we're gonna download these things in our mind so we can move also in that same spirit and use what we have, right, to get over on Esau. To make our preaching easier, all right, and the way we move in the Spirit easier, all right, because Esau has certain laws set up that he has to follow, that he can't take away the freedom of speech, and we can't upend us because we're preaching the word Yahweh Shem Yahshai. And we know if Esau does that, we know we can use our American citizenship against him, and that's also what Paul did. And then we're going to get to some couple of
we got right.
Yeah, we got right. So we're gonna use a couple of stories what Paul did, and a couple scriptures about being used of wisdom, things that nature. But that was basically something all up. But
All right, this out of the Zombie Combat Bible Dictionary.
Yeah.
All right. This is an excerpt about Paul, page 437. Okay. Let me see. Greco-Roman city of Tarsus, located in the northeast corner of the Mediterranean Sea. Proud of the distinction and advantages conferred on him by his Roman citizenship. Paul knew how to use that citizenship as a shield against injustice from local magistrates and enhance the status of the Christian faith.
That's it. So enhance the status of Christian faith, which were Acts 13, therefore called niggers, were big niggers. You know what I'm saying? Which were Jakes that were called Christians in Antioch. Yeah. But Paul knew how to use that as a shield so he can preach the word. He used that for a covering. And that also goes to scripture that I should give you a mouth that your enemies cannot gainsay. They can't speak against what we're saying because also we come out of the Bible. But also we can also use Esau's laws against him. So he tries to apprehend us. We're coming into them times. We're going to get apprehended for the word. We're going to get time. We're going to go ahead and go to Acts 16.
Acts 16 and 23. And when they had laid many stripes upon them, they cast them into prison, charging the jailer to keep them safely. Who, having received such a charge, thrust them into the inner prison and made their feet fast in the stocks. And at midnight, Paul and Silas prayed and sang praises unto the Most High, and the prisoners heard them.
Yep.
And suddenly there was a great earthquake, so that the foundations of the prison were shaken. And immediately all the doors were opened, and everyone's bands were loose.
Exactly. So now, like I said, because now the time persecution, especially with Esau pushing his new world order, and us brothers up here, we're not going to go with that. We're not rolling with his MOTB, with his image. All right. And Esau's going to force that, but and then what does that do? There's breaking religious laws. He has certain religious laws that if it goes against your faith, your belief, you can't do that. So he can't force those things upon you. Right, so we can use that as well. There's many weapons that we can use against Esau to like I said again, use the word but don't abuse it. Right. Use what we have to the best of our abilities until that Yahweh Shem Yahshai completely gets rid of this man and his system of society, so we can still move, make our money, and brothers can do what they do, and we can still teach the word. Go ahead.
The keeper of the prison, awaking out of his sleep and seeing the prison doors open, he drew out his sword and would have killed himself, supposing that the prisoners had been fled. But Paul cried with a loud voice, saying, "Do thyself no harm, for we are all here." Then he called for a light and sprung in and came trembling and fell down before Paul and Silas. And brought them out and said, "Sirs, what must I do to be saved?" And they said, believe on the Lord Yahushua the Mashiach, and thou shalt be saved in thy house.
It's like, so us brothers, you know what I'm saying, brothers that have families, you know, when you came into Yahushua, hey, you saved your household. You know, brothers that have children, got kids, they might not be believers. They might not honestly believe in the Lord, but by you believing, you make them clean. You know, by you believe, because you're the head of the house. So by you being the head, they're under you, and you're that covering for them. You know, go ahead.
That's right.
And they spake unto him the word of the Lord, and to all that were in his house.
Yup.
And he took them the same hour of the night, and washed their stripes, and was baptized, he and all his straightway.
Mhm.
And when he had brought them into his house, he set meat before them, and rejoiced, believing in the Most High with all his heart.
Exactly. So listen to thing too. So by we can get apprehended, and like I said, we come in that same situation. You know, you find that this could be a certain officer or a certain individual that's an Israelite, and hey, you know, how do you get up out of here? Hey, through Yahweh Shem Shai through what? You guys go back to what Psalms 82:6. Was it no what scripture? My people shall be willing the day of thy power. You know, so people gonna be willing in the day of the power, man. So when they see us with that power, look, hey, look, we did this in the name of Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai, you know what I'm saying? They bring us to their household, you know, feed us, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. So the same things that happen in those times will happen again, right? We're going to find ourselves in those different situations. We're going to be scattered out. You know, we're going to be pushed out in different places, in different areas. You know what I'm saying? But we all through the Spirit, and most are going to be with us. Go ahead.
And when it was day, the magistrate sent the sergeants, saying, let those men go.
Yeah.
And the keeper of the prison told this saying to Paul, the magistrates have sent to them to let you go.
Yep.
Now therefore depart and go in peace. But Paul said unto them, they have beaten us openly, uncondemning, being Romans.
Being Romans, exactly. So they beat. Go ahead.
Being Romans.
Yep.
And have cast us into prison.
Yep.
And now do they dust us out privily?
So they was gonna throw them out. You know what I'm saying? They was getting ready to throw Paul out of the city. Because Paul got grabbed up being Romans, they broke that law. Now, and you weren't supposed to do that. If you were a citizen of Rome, you're not allowed to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? You're not allowed to apprehend the citizens and beat the hell out of them for no reason.
Right.
Because he's a Roman citizen. Go ahead.
Nay, verily, but let them come themselves and fetch us out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And the sergeants told these words unto the magistrates, and they feared when they heard that they were Romans.
It's like they feared. So that put them in fear because they heard that they were
broke their
Romans.
laws. Yeah.
They brought like, oh shit, you know, if we do this, hey, we fucking up. We're going against our laws.
So that's like here in America, if they go against their laws, if they go against it, then you know they can be sued and shit.
Exactly.
You know, they can, right? You know,
Exactly.
there's things that we can do, even though still being who we are.
Exactly.
You know,
we can use that against them.
Use it against
you know what I'm saying?
their own law.
And then in the day, you know, so those things that we can do. You know, we still have some sort of power. You know what I'm saying? We just have to know how to use it in wisdom and how to use it as Paul did, you know, and as Peter did, because they understood certain things. You know, they knew, hey, look, you know, hey, this you breaking this law, this, that, and the third. So that's why when we get put forth to those judges and those governors in that time, we're gonna say we're gonna condemn them with their own laws, and they're gonna have to let us go, right? And that's gonna be that's what's gonna say that I shall give you that in what hour ye shall say. You know what I'm saying? Because you be before kings and governors, especially this time. We're preaching against Esau, Edom in this society, but we have a right of freedom of speech. But by them stopping that, they're breaking their laws, and by them apprehending us for teaching the truth, we're going to condemn them and let them know it. This and the third. Either two, they're going to have to kill us, or they're going to let us go. In some cases, Paul was let go. In some cases, some men were let go, some men were killed. Like James was killed, right? Peter got out. You know, when Paul went to King Agrippa, and he let him go. Because that wasn't that time for Paul to get put to death. But he used slick words. He knew how to be cunning, man. He knew how to be, use wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And we get in them situations, we're not gonna say Esau, you're gonna be destroyed. And we're gonna use the mouth that we have. We use our mouthpiece through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. Go ahead.
Wait. Let me Hey, I got three precepts right quick.
Okay.
So I've been meant to jump in, but I just didn't. But this is Matthew 6:25. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life,
Yup.
what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink,
Mhm.
nor yet for your body.
Is that it? So in that time when Paul got pulled out of prison by one of the soldiers, and he fed him. You know what I'm saying? And Paul didn't think he was gonna eat because Paul probably ate in a few days. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And that could be the same in that same predicament. You ain't eating a couple of days, and you know what I'm saying? Hey, I mentioned the name of your child, take you to his family, they got food for you eating. You know what I'm saying? This is time of Jacob's trouble. Go ahead.
Hold on. And, okay, yeah. Take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? Behold, the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barn. Yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they?
Mhm.
Which of you, by taking one thought, can add 1 cubit unto his stature? And why take ye thought for raiment? Consider the owls of the field, how they grow. Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. And yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these.
Mm.
Wherefore, if Yahweh so clothe the grass and the field, which today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you?
Is that heat is the sun because it gets hella hot. You know, you get thirsty. You know, and it's also this affliction that we go through. Sure say the Most High purified us as gold. You know, so you're gonna go through that fire, you're gonna go through that heat. But through that heat, you know, you're gonna come out all right. You're gonna make it through it. You know? Go ahead.
O ye of little faith.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 31. And here's the point. Therefore, take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all things.
Exactly. So why the Lord said Gentiles, those that were without faith, right? Because you had natural Gentiles, you had Gentiles that didn't know who they were, right? So those Gentiles, they meaning they lacked faith. They didn't know the true living power. They were unknown to that, but we know that. So we shouldn't be like the Gentiles because we know we have a true power. So therefore, we should have 100% faith on our power and what the Most High said He's going to do. You know, if the Lord said He's going to deliver us, He's going to deliver us. If the Lord delivered Paul, and we know that we are them same men coming back, while He not deliver us again, while He not save us from the world, while He not deliver us from death, you know, from hard times. You know what I'm saying? If He did look what He did with King David. You know, when King David the Moabite, King David David acted crazy. You know, he's like, get this dude the hell out of here. But that was what? That was wisdom. That was King David being, you know, using his mind, using his brain, but you know, how can I get out of this situation? You know?
But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Last verse. Take therefore no thought for the morrow, for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof.
Yeah, the sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. So the most is going to keep us good. We're going to be straight, right? We're going to make it through. And like I said, this time with Esau put the New World agenda, it's going to come to a point we're going to get locked up for certain reasons. And then both sides are going to see our way out of it, either through death or either through by individuals. You know what I'm saying? Someone that you never knew before ever. But it's like, damn, but how the hell you get up? Hey, through the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. He got a certain spot. And let me take you here, boom, boom, feed you with my family. You know what I'm saying? And here come the souls looking for you. And you got to go. You know what I'm saying? And the Spirit of the Lord get on you. You got to bounce. You know? So those are different things that can happen. You know what I'm saying? They happened before, so they're going to happen again anyway. But, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead, bro.
This is Revelation verse 2, or Salakia, chapter 2, verse 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Going back to what you were saying, or what how I was saying in that, oh, ye of little faith. So you gotta have faith, because he says the devil shall cast some of you into prison. So hey, some people are gonna get cast into prison. It's just it's already written. Just like it was happening that time, it's going to happen in this time.
That's it. Go ahead. You guys say one more? Yeah, we'll say 3 precepts.
Yeah. So I want to get somebody grab one Psalms 110. You got something? Hey, say, what do y'all brothers get? Psalms 110, 110 verse, and E from 1, I think it's down to like 5. I was trying to look something up.
And also that 10 days represents completion. So it's going to be a number of completion when we're going to go through a certain trial. A faith tester, right? Because all these things that we're going to be able to go through, it's going to be tests of our faith to see, all right, were you really grounded in your Habashim, or did you really believe? So it could be a day, it could be 24 hours, it could be shit, it could be overnight. We could go, Esau come him us up for not applying to the way of life. And so we could be in prison for a few hours, whatever like that, and the angel come deliver us the way through deliverance. And then we walk out there rejoicing, knowing that we passed that test that the Heavenly Father has set for us. Or it could be all the way up to death, but at the end of the day, we still win because we're not bound to this man's image, nor his way of life. Because we know his way of life. Got it.
Right here. This is Luke 21. Yeah, come. This is Luke 21:10. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be before heaven. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you,
Yep.
Okay, and persecute you,
Yep.
delivering you up to the synagogue.
Yep. Is that a synagogue?
Okay, and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake.
Exactly.
And it shall turn to you for a testimony.
Yep.
Settle it therefore in your hearts, in your lob, in your mind, not to meditate before what ye shall answer.
Exactly. So we're not. So that's another thing too. In that time, we ain't gonna be sitting here thinking about what am I gonna say. And the Lord's gonna speak for us.
That's right.
That's
and gonna say, if you hold thy peace, the Lord shall fight for thee.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it could be a situation. And the Most High got experience. We're going into Esau's laws. Here it is. You never really read too many things about Esau and his constitution, but the Lord put the spirit in you to know those things.
You just know it.
And you eating their ass up.
Hey, it's like that one. It was a Jake dude. A little dude got put into a coma. He's like a teenager. He got put into a coma for like a year or some shit. He came out the coma speaking fucking every language on the earth, bro.
Oh yeah,
He came out of the coma. He can speak every fucking language of the earth. There wasn't a language and they was like he could only speak English. He went in the coma, only could speak English.
Yeah.
That's right.
So don't say what the Lord can't do, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what ye shall answer. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
Exactly. So the Most High is gonna give us a mouth that our enemies cannot gainsay nor resist. And that right back to Paul's talking about. So his enemies, they couldn't resist what he was saying.
Right here, just this part of here. It's by his Roman citizenship, Paul knew how to use that citizenship as a shield against injustice from local magistrates and to enhance the status of the Israelite faith.
Exactly. So read further one more time. Israelite
Christian faith.
Yeah.
Of the Christian faith when they first called Christian. And that's Acts 11 and
Acts 13.
I thought it's all like Acts 11, like 26.
Yeah, right. Acts 13:1. Now they were in the church that was Antioch, certain prophets and teachers, Barnabas and Simeon. But again, also in Acts 11.
Acts 11 said. I mean, it said it was first called. If I'm not mistaken. Hey, let's clear that up. And one of you brothers grab me Acts chapter 11, verse 26. I believe that's what it says. Yeah, that was 13 is right too. But it says it specifically.
Yeah, that was that's 11 and
26.
11:6.
Bring it up. Brother.
I'm gonna start at verse 25. It said, then departed Barnabas to Tarsus for to seek Saul. Verse 26, and when he had found him, he brought him unto Antioch, and it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church and taught much people, and the disciples were called Christians first in Antioch.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, beautiful. So to enhance the status of the Christian faith, his Gentile, and that's the thing that Christian only mean to be anointed, right? It just means to be anointed one, that we've been anointed by the Lord, right? So that when they use Christian, that's it. That's all it means. It don't mean all this crazy wayward doctrine that Esau done put on this shit now, the spin of it today. It only just means to be an anointed of a divine anointing of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. That's all it is. Okay, he was hopefully one of the elected, chosen ones. Okay, his Gentile connection greatly aided him in bridging the chasm. How you say that was the chasm between the Gentiles and the Jews.
Yes. They all were Israelites.
Yeah.
But then Paul also used the Gentiles, those that were without knowing who they were.
Right.
And
but there was a big gulf.
Yes, there's a big gulf between, but that also helped them out.
Them back together.
And that also helped them out in his walk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's certain people, brothers, might know that hey, and they're gonna help you out in this time. Help us other prophets.
Oh shit. It's a movie, bro. Y'all gotta check this movie out. It's called C. It's called C. And it's with Jason Moore. Hey man, it's real good, man. It's just like what we talking about now. Like, I don't want to go off, but the point is, y'all need to check that movie out. It's called C. I think it's on like Apple TV, or if you got like
it's called See or Seek.
No, it's SEE. SEE. You with Jason Moore. It was on Apple TV, or it's on what's that shit called? That Fire Stick. You have to watch. You can. Oh, I know it's on Fire Stick. Y'all ain't got Apple TV, but man, that shit heavy spiritual, man. Heavy spiritual. You know, you got the blind, you got the ones who can't see, and you got the ones who can see. You got only a few seers. There's only a few that can actually see. You know, that got sight. You know, but I don't want to go off. But the point is, though, is that in there's one part we're talking about the one he couldn't see. He had to bridge. They're bridging the gap between basically the Jews and the Gentiles. They bridge that gap and bringing us all back together again. You know, so basically that's what that makes me think. But that's a heavy movie, though. It's a TV show. It's like, all right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh wait, did I finish? I'm sorry.
38, right?
Yeah. Let me make sure I finish this off. What was I at? 14. Yeah, settle it therefore in their hearts not to meditate before what ye shall answer. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom. This is Luke 21 and 15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And ye shall be, but oh no, that's it. That was
Go ahead, TD.
Acts 16 and 38. And the sergeants told these words unto the magistrates, and they feared when they heard that they were Romans.
That's right.
And they came.
That was that shield.
That was shield protection.
That's right.
And they came and besought them and brought them out and desired them to depart out of the city.
Yep.
And they went out of the prison and entered into the house of Lydia.
Mm-hmm.
And when they had seen the brethren, they confronted them and departed.
That's just no, just Acts 22 and 1.
Acts 22 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
Men, brethren, and fathers, hear ye my defense, which I make now unto you. And when they heard that he spake in Hebrew tongues to them, they kept the more silent, and he said,
Exactly so, because they knew, because Paul was Hebrew. That's also was it 2 Corinthians 11 and like 20. A Roman so am I, an Israelite so am I.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Paul understood and knew, and he knew, hey, I'm an Israelite, but I'm also Roman. We're Israelites, but we're also American citizens. You know, and we understand that, we know that, so we know how to move according to faith, man. We know how to move according to wisdom. And then also, when you read the book of Titus, Paul told Titus on how to establish these churches, but also have a good name amongst them that are without. You know, that's Titus 2, and like I think it's like it should be like 9. To have a good name to them that are without Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, are those that are in the world, because that can aid you in due time when it's needful. But go ahead.
Right here, let's slide. Let me back here.
Okay.
Because you just said, let me grab this right quick. This is right from Western. This is Philippians 3:5. Circumcised the 8th day of the stock of Israel. Oh, slide. Let me go back. I'm sorry. That's wrong. This is Philippians 3:1. Finally, my brethren, rejoice in the Lord. Our power Yahweh Shem Shai to write the same things to you. To me, indeed, is not grievous, but for you it is safe. Beware of dogs, beware of evil workers.
Yeah, beware of dogs, beware of evil workers. And we know those that are in Israel, we have dogs, evil workers. Go ahead.
Beware of the conscience.
Yeah.
For we are the circumcision which worship Yahweh Bashim Shai in spirit and rejoice in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, and have no confidence in the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
Thought I might also have confidence in the flesh, though I might also have confidence in the flesh, if any other man thinketh that he hath whereof he might trust in the flesh, I more.
Exactly. So, because why? Because Paul knew. Yeah. He knew how to move in the flesh. Yeah. He knew he's confident in his flesh because he knew how to move in his flesh, man. Which what using the things that we have before us to make shit easier, man. You know, when you come into this truth, don't make it harder on yourself. You know, do things that you can do and make it use to the best of your ability, like Paul did and all other men before him did. You know, there's ways that we can go about certain situations. You know, when it comes to your job, when it comes to you get by, you know, like I said about us teaching, and the police come. You know, there's just some things that we can do to make it go smooth. It don't always have to go in that rough, rigid type of spirit, and you got to get hemmed up. Oh, fuck you, this, that, that. Like that one dude. There was the admin guys, Sakari, one of them.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Going off. Because now if you was like Paul, you the smooth talker. Hey, look, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, brothers, go back.
Hey, brothers, and that's how you know Yahweh Shemar saying dealing with those individuals, because they can't think like that. You know, when they read the scriptures, they think about cutting people, you know, Esau, cutting this and the third. And that's all that cut should get you, get you hemmed up. Yeah. But when you in the spirit, you know how to cut, you know how to move, you know how to
time and place.
There's time and place for everything. You know how to move in the spirit.
That's right.
There was times Yahweh Shai was debating with the Sadducees and the Pharisees. Yeah. He got the fuck on.
Yeah, it was time to roll.
It was time for him to get. He got going, man. You know, he didn't stay in there and keep on going back and forth. He got going because he knew, hey, I gotta get the hell out of here. It's getting too hot. You know.
Circumcised the 8th day of the stock of Israel. So Paul was circumcised the 8th day, and he's the stock of Israel, of the tribe of Benjamin.
Yeah.
And Hebrew of the Hebrews, as touching the law, a Pharisee.
Is that a touching the law, Pharisee?
Mm-hmm. Concerning zeal, persecuting the church, touching the righteousness which is in the law, blameless. Okay. By what things were we gained to me? Those I counted loss of Hamashiach. That's it. That's it.
Hey, because he was raised, or he was taught by, I don't want to butcher the name, Gamaliel.
Yep.
Acts 22:2. And when they heard that he spake in the Hebrew tongues to them, they kept the more silence, and he said, I am verily a man which am a Jew, born in Tarsus, a city in Cilicia.
We'll go ahead.
Yet brought up in this city at the feet of Gamaliel, and taught.
That's right, at the feet of Gamaliel. That's right.
And taught according to the perfect manner of the law of the Father, and was zealous toward the Most High, as ye are all are this day.
Mm-hmm.
And I persecuted this way unto the death, binding and delivering into prison both men and women.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
As also the high priest doeth bear me witness, and all the estate of the elders, from whom also I received letters unto the brethren, and went to Damascus to bring them which were there bound unto Jerusalem, for to be punished.
Is that it? Because Paul was against the church. Paul was also a part of that. A part of that afflicting the church. But what to do? And the Lord moved him in a different spirit. So the Lord moved him in a different spirit. And then Paul heard the words behind by Shimon Shai. He started doing the work. He said, "Look, I was once like y'all." You know, that's what he was telling the people. He said, "This, what do? We do the same thing. We was once like, you know what I'm saying? We was once like the people in the world. We once were, you had different jobs. We once were concerned about the things of this world, but we heard something else that changed us. You know, we heard Yahweh Shai that changed us. And now we have been baptized in the mind, and now we're preaching the word. We're standing for truth. You know, we no longer stand for lies. We stand for truth. Because we live. Our whole life was a lie before this thing, man.
That's right. That's
you know,
right. That's
before
right.
this thing, our whole entire
That's
existence
right.
was a lie.
A fucking lie. Everything. That's right.
So then, once we heard these words, we became living truth.
Mm-hmm.
We're now living truth. You know, and this is why Satan can't really do too much to us anyway, because we're living truth. But go ahead.
And it came to pass that as I made my journey and was come nigh unto Damascus about noon, suddenly there shone from heaven a great light round about me.
Mm-hmm.
And I fell unto the ground and heard a voice say unto me, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me?
Exactly.
And I answered, Who art thou, Lord? And he said unto me, I am Yahushua of Nazareth, whom thou persecutest.
Mm-hmm.
And when they that were with me saw indeed the light and were afraid, but they heard not the voice of him that spake to me.
Is that so? They seen the light, but they didn't hear the words. Was that John 10:27? My sheep hear my voice and they follow me, and I know them. So that's how we know. What do? We seen the light through the apostles, through other brothers out there teaching the word, and we seen Yahweh Shai through them. You know. Well, we all are. This is why scripture say that Yahweh Shai being you is set people reprobates. Yahweh Shai is within us. You know, we're images of Yahweh Shai on the earth. There's images of Yahweh Shai on the earth. The churches, the brothers out there teaching the word, we're images of Yahweh Shai. You know, because we represent him every single day. So when we came into this knowledge and we heard the words, we seen, oh damn, hey, something about that is different. You know, that's the light right there. But you have those others that seen the light, but they couldn't hear it. They might have seen it, but they couldn't hear it. They couldn't perceive because it wasn't for them to get. You know, they weren't chosen to come into this thing. But go ahead.
And I said, What shall I do, Lord? And the Lord said unto me, Arise and go into Damascus, and there it shall be told thee of all things which are appointed for thee to do.
Exactly. So then Paul was giving certain instructions on how to, on what to do in that time, because he had to, go through a purification period, and then he had to go out and teach the word. But now let me get homie real quick, Ephesians 5:15.
I got a quick precept when you're talking about lost, 2 Corinthians 4:3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid of them that are lost. So, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, when you first come in this thing, for the people who don't know, this gospel is hid to those that's lost, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And right quick, I got a quick. Let me go into this right quick before y'all start moving on. Right here, this is I gotta go into this. This is Acts. This is what I was looking for. This is Acts 22. Acts 22. Damn, it's a lot. Give me 1 second.
Hold on, 24.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump into it, but I was trying to jump. So I want to get to a spot where it makes sense. Okay, this is Acts 22 and 19. And I said, Lord, they know that I imprisoned and beat in every synagogue them that believe. See, hold on. So let me jump up. They go start at 16. No, I'm sorry, 15. For thou shalt be his witness unto all men of what thou hast seen and heard. And now, why tarriest thou? Arise and be baptized and wash away thy sins, call on the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And it came to pass, that when I was come again to Jerusalem, there you go, even while I prayed in the temple, I was in a trance, okay, and saw him saying unto me, make haste and get thee quickly out of Jerusalem, for they will not receive thy testimony concerning me. And I said, Lord, they know that I am imprisoned and beat in every synagogue them that believed on thee. And when the blood of the martyr Stephen was shed, I also was standing by. This is Paul. Okay, Paul went into a trance, and consenting unto his death, and kept the remnant of them that slew him. And he said unto me, depart, for I will send thee far hence unto the Gentiles. And they gave him audience unto this word, and then lifted up their voices and said, away with such a fellow from the earth, for it is not fit that he should live. And as they cried out and cast off their clothes and threw dust into the air, the chief captain commanded him to be brought into the castle. Okay, they was taking Paul into the castle because the people was ready to kill him. Okay, and obeyed that he should be examined by scourging.
He's like by beating.
Right? Yep. That he might know wherefore they cried so against him. And as they bound him with thongs, not pantyhose thongs. Right? And somebody hear that shit, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I said, you know what I'm saying? Paul said unto the centurion that stood by, is it lawful for you to scourge a man that is a Roman and uncondemned?
Exactly. And that's, I mean, it's like now the spirit gets far, you know, I missed that point. But yeah, Khan, you know, that's what Paul said, you know, is it good for you to scourge a man that is a Roman? Go ahead.
When the centurion heard that, he went and told the chief captain, saying, take heed what thou doest, for this man is a Roman.
Yep.
Then the chief captain came and said unto him, tell me, art thou a Roman? He said, yeah. And the chief captain answered, with a great sum obtained I this freedom. Okay. So, and the chief captain answered, with a great sum obtained I this freedom. And Paul said, but I was free born.
He was free born being a Roman, you know? Because you couldn't touch him.
You talking shit.
You talking shit. So, and that goes right back to them kings and governors. And that's going to be us, man.
Yeah.
You best believe it. You know, Esau going to try, you know, we're like, hey, look, but according to you, we're supposed to be free, right?
Yeah.
Are we not free Americans and citizens?
That's right.
So you can't buy me to this thing. You can't maybe take this, you know, this MOTB. You can't force me to take this V. You know what I'm saying? Either two things either gonna kill you or they're gonna let you go. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And that's the power that Yahweh Shem Yahushua gonna put within us, man. You know, we're gonna be able to just cut Esau's ass down both ways. But
then straight away they departed from him, which should have examined him. So they was gonna beat the shit out of him, but they got the fuck on.
Yeah.
And the chief captain also was afraid after he knew that he was a Roman, and because he had bound him. Or the morrow, because he would have known the certainty wherefore he was accused of the Jews. He loosed him from his bonds and commanded the chief priests and all their council to appear, and brought Paul down and set him before them. So he had to let Paul go.
Yeah, let him go. Because he couldn't kill him. He had to let him go because he was a Roman citizen.
That's right.
So like, look, we gotta let you go, man.
Yeah.
You know? And Paul's like, yeah, you motherfucker, I got you.
Right.
You know, I got you, man. And that's how we gonna be. You know, 'Cause we-
What's that saying? Knowledge is power.
yeah,
Yeah,
knowledge, knowledge is
that's
power.
right.
That's
That's
it.
right.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
So by our knowledge, we have power over this devil, man.
That's right.
You know, this devil can't really do too much to us.
That's right.
You know, unless Yahweh Shemel Shai, you know, if it's you know, if it's our law for us to be put to death for the words of Yahweh Shemel Shai. But like I said, hey, there's knowledge and power, man.
Yep.
The fact that we know how to move in this man's system, but move with wisdom, move with understanding. You know, don't be as a fool, because you got a lot of individuals like the ISUPK. They move in foolery, man. They're not moving in the spirit of Paul or in the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. They're out here toting guns. Sakari, they talking about they're what, rebellious.
Oh, God.
You know, they're the old school Sakaris coming back. You know, the rebelling and trying to get a system. You know, when is the men of the Lord ever moved in that spirit? We always move in that cunning spirit to get over on the enemy, so we can keep on preaching the word of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And that's where our mind needs to be at. Our whole mind is, hey, I got back out here and teach. So how the fuck can I get about this situation so I can make sure my ass out here teaching the word of the Lord? You know what I'm saying? So I can make my call next year short.
And also, the most dangerous man is not the biggest and strongest man; it's the smartest man. And the reason why we're the smartest man is because we went back to the Lord.
Exactly.
So that makes us the most dangerous man on earth.
Yeah, what is
It's
scripture?
because we have the Lord.
No, what is scripture Ecclesiastes when it says that a wise man is stronger than two strong men? You know?
Yeah. So that's and the reason why we're so dangerous because the scripture says is the Lord's name is safe haven.
Exactly.
Ain't it safety?
Exactly.
So therefore, if we have the Lord's name, who can touch us?
Exactly.
That's even in the scripture.
Exactly.
So if you use your brain, you can take down the most strongest man on earth.
Exactly.
That's right.
We condemn them. You know, that's why the Lord said, you know, I have made the foolish to condemn the wise. You know, we look at it as the base things. We're up here condemning the elites, Rothschilds, the Gates, DuPonts. These men are powerful, but we have more power than them through Him that loves, which is Yahweh Shai. That's why we're able to come out here and do this work, and that's why we're able to bring His kingdom down, do us to speak it into existence, man. Go ahead.
Hey, wait, I keep coming up with these scriptures keep popping up. I meant to bring this out earlier. This is 2 Corinthians about Paul.
Okay.
2 Corinthians, 11, and I'm gonna start at 19. For ye suffer fools gladly, seeing you yourselves are wise. I should start that. That's all right. And I'm gonna start up. I'm gonna start at 16. This is this 2 Corinthians 11 and 16. I say again, let no man think me a fool.
Yeah.
If otherwise, yet as a fool receive me, that I may boast myself a little. Right? That which I speak it not after the Lord, but as it were foolishly in the confidence of boasting.
Exactly. So and that's what we are. You know, people see that we're arrogant.
Yeah.
But it's not that we're being arrogant, it's because we know what the hell we're talking about.
Right.
You know, we have the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai.
We bring it down in our words.
And then we bring down our words. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Seeing that many glory after the flesh, I will glory also. For ye suffer fools gladly.
Yeah, ye suffer fools gladly, you know.
Yeah, seeing ye yourselves are wise.
Yep.
For ye suffer if a man bring you into bondage, if a man devour you, if a man take of you, if a man exalt himself, if a man smite you on the face. I speak as concerning reproach, as though we had been weak. Howbeit, whensoever any is bold, I speak foolishly. I am bold also.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
you talk shit, I can't.
Yeah, that's it.
And we say that shit.
Yeah,
That's how it is.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because they boldly speak and tell us that we lie.
exactly.
So, but we also boldly
We
speaking
tell
that
we tell them.
you lie, that we the truth and you the lie.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's the spirit. You know, that's what we teach. That's the way we teach. You know. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So I am. So am I. What do they say? We're Abraham's sons. We're part of God's covenant. We're the sons of Abraham. Right? All the nations say the same thing. Well, yeah, but so are we though. We too. You know.
Sorry.
Right? Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Are they ministers of Hamashiach? I speak as a fool. I am more. You know what I'm saying? Oh, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Hey, You speak, you how about Shimmy out shot, but I'm that much more, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, that's what Paul said, man. You know, this Paul's heavy. Man. Paul's heavy. All right, I speak as a fool. I am more. In labors, my abundant. In labor, more abundant. In stripes, above measure. In prisons, more frequent.
Exactly. Prison. So Paul was saying, "Hey, look, I've been through as much hell as you niggas been.
Right.
Man, you ain't go through nothing different. I ain't going through, but more.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, because I mean, Paul was like this a lot of times.
Yeah.
You know, Paul got hindered up a lot of times. Shipwrecks, beat.
Right.
He had a rap. He had a rap sheet. Paul had a rap sheet.
I had a heavy rap sheet, man. He was always in jail, man.
Yeah.
I was always dealing with them damn security. Yeah. So that's heavy. You heard me. I'm sorry, I gotta read that again, bro. This is 2 Corinthians 11 and 22. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Are they ministers of Hamashiach? I speak as a fool. I am more. In labors, more abundant. In stripes, above measure. In prisons, more frequently. In deaths, of often.
Yeah, there's a lot of times Paul got put to death.
Almost got me.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of times Paul escaped death.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Of the Jews, 5 times received I 40 stripes, save one. Thrice was I beaten with rods. Once was I stoned. Thrice I suffered shipwreck. A night and a day. I have been in the deep, in the journeyings often, in perils of waters, in perils of robberies, in perils by my own countrymen, in perils by the heathen, in perils in the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea, in perils among false brethren.
So Paul went through a lot of hell. So it's always some hell, man.
Yeah,
it's always some hell catching this thing. You know? So Paul went through a lot of shit. And all those things are written in the scriptures. That's for our remembrance. You know what I'm saying? For us now in this time, so we can remember, hey man, Paul went through a lot of shit. A lot of these men that are priests of Yahweh Shai went through some hell. Yeah. So we're gonna go through hell, you know. And Jacob's truth, we're gonna go through hell, bro. This shit ain't gonna be a fucking a damn smooth coast through the sea. This ain't gonna be no damn walk on the beach.
If you having a good time in this thing, man.
And if you
having a good time in this thing, man, you enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
You better check that shit. Your shit ain't right. For real, because when you, man, Lord, it's always some bullshit in your way, man. You're always dealing with one blockade to the next. It's always something jumping in your way. You got constantly being hurt in some kind of way. You know, you're being let down in some kind of way. You know, you're going through all kind of perils. Like Paul said, he's always going through some shit. You know, he's constantly going through some shit.
Hey, let me get it.
Perils means danger.
Yeah, danger. Yeah. So danger's always there. Always in danger. Go ahead, brother.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 5. For as the sufferings of Yahweh Shai abounded us, so our consolations also abounded by Yahweh Shai. And whether we be afflicted, it is for your consolation and salvation, which is effectual in the enduring of the same sufferings which we also suffered. Or whether we be comforted, it is for your consolation and salvation. So we're going to go through hell, right? Because if Yahweh Shai went through that, the ones that are in this truth are also going to go through it too, right? Because as it says in the scripture, it says before honor is humility.
That's right. Yeah. Go ahead, brother Yakura. What'd you have?
I just had a precept to back up what you was reading in 2 Corinthians chapter 11. It said, let me see. I'm trying to see which verse it was. Let's select it. It was verse 24. It said, of the Jews 5 times received I 40 stripes, save one. Thrice was I beaten with rods. Once was I stoned. You go back to Acts. It was chapter let me see. Acts chapter 14, verse 19. And there came thither certain Jews from Antioch and Iconium, who persuaded the people, and having stoned Paul, drew him out of the city, supposing he had been dead. So it just back to that point. He was giving a little history lesson, but you can go back and pick out every single time that these things happen to Paul. It said they stoned him and left the brother for dead. So in death often. I mean, it was heavy. You know, it was heavy the things that was laid on Paul. But there's a scripture that says he put many to death. You know, so we had to go through this.
Yeah. And that will go back, man, because like we, you know, when we commit sin, we always have to deal with, you know, we gotta get it back. Right. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, when you out there, you do shit, you know, the Lord gonna give it back to you. And say a lot of times it might be your get back might be heavier than what you gave out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord will put it on you, man. Lord will get, you know, Lord will whoop your ass. But you know, that's just heavy. With that said, like the brother brought up about perils, you know, the word perils goes back into the word danger, man. So no matter what Paul was doing, he was constantly in danger. There was constantly, you know, danger around him, man. You know, that's a heavy not I don't want to say burden, but a heavy what you call it?
Cross.
Yeah, that's a heavy cross to bear. Your lot. That's a heavy lot to be in. You know, Paul's lot, you know, not many men can walk in that lot. You know what I mean? Not many men can walk in his shoes, man. You know, because he that shit was heavy. You know, nobody can walk in Yahushua shoes, but you can probably only find a few that can walk in Paul's. You know, that was a heavy ass lot as well. That go back to Job. Job lot was fucking heavy. You know, certain men had super heavy lots, man.
You know, and then imagine, you know, here it is, you know, you're serving the only true power, but you're going through hell, and everyone's looking at you like
you're still serving.
Like, everybody looking at you like, bro, here it is, you're going so hard for this one thing, but you still going through hell. You know how much tenacity, how much strength that takes for one to keep on believing in that through all the hell you went through. It looks like the most it's not even with you. Right? And that's it don't look like the Lord's in it. Whole spectrum of the whole thing in the day. Those brothers, it don't look like the Lord's even with us. You see, you know what I'm saying? These niggas eating good. These niggas had their Thanksgivings like 1,000 fucking times. You know, these niggas have to get ready for their Christmas. You know what I'm saying? And we going through bullshit, man. You know, we still preaching Yahushua. Y'all said this 3 Christmases ago, nigga. Where we at? You know what I'm saying? But that's how the Heavenly Father works, you know.
Well, let me finish. Oh, this 27. It's 27. In weariness and painfulness, in watching often, in hunger and thirst, in fasting often, in cold and nakedness. Beside those things that are without, that which cometh upon me daily, the care of all the churches. Who is weak? I am not weak. Who is offended? And I am burned not.
Exactly. So Paul's like, look, who is weak? I'm not. And we're not weak, man.
That's right.
You can't be weak in this thing. You can't be no weak, emotional nigga serving Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You got to be a strong individual to stand in this war. Because it's a complete fight all the way from the beginning to the end. You know, it's a fight to the beginning to the end. You can't be a weak nigga trying to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua. If you're weak mentally, you're not gonna make it, bro. Because this is a mental battle. You know, this is a complete fucking fight. We fight for salvation, and we're fighting for our heritage. We're fighting to be called Israelites again.
That's right.
You know, you wake up in the morning, you fighting.
That's right.
To do a video, you gotta fight. To praise the Lord, you gotta fight them demons. You gotta fight yourself. You gotta fight the people around you. Yo, this shit is a complete battle. You know, that's why the Lord says He gives His fights unto His strongest warriors.
Yeah.
And also a good example of someone stronger. I always think of Job. He lost his whole family and he still praised Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Satan literally whooped his ass and he still praised Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
And that's why. Oh, go ahead.
So yeah, that's why I think of Job, man. And that's why the scripture says he was a perfect upright man.
Yeah, that's
One
why.
that feared the Most High.
And that's what people call us fools. Because we see foolishness in the side of people in this world.
Yeah.
Because here it is, you're going through all this extremeness for something that's not even seen.
Preaching on the cross.
You know, it's foolishness to the world. You know, you try to tell everyone about being, man, that shit ain't it. Nigga, I'm about getting this money. I'm trying to go to school, get this degree. You know what I'm saying? About some cardinal shit. You know what I'm saying? You've been doing this for how long? Lord, so that shit ain't real. You know what I'm saying? We look foolish to the people of the world because they don't have this, they don't see what we see, man.
Job's wife looked foolish to his wife.
Yeah.
His wife
right.
cursed her and died.
Exactly.
She like discussing like, and then he was like, so you speak as the most foolish woman speaker. So to her, Job is being a fool, but to Job, you're being a fool.
Right.
So
Yeah,
like,
right.
you know,
You know, and then that's also Jacob's trouble. Here it is, you know, because even with Lot and his wife, you know, Lot's wife didn't want to leave Mesopotamia. She wanted to stay. She's like, well, we don't know what's going to happen. That seemed foolish to his wife. Even this time, women not. Some young women gonna take that shot because it's gonna seem foolish to them not to take it. Because like, why not? I still gotta live.
But on that point, I think Abraham, I can't recall it properly, but I think I'm right. But Abraham, I think he went to like a few other, and only Lot was the only one that was like fucking.
Yeah.
Lot was like the only one that was like, oh, I'm with you, huh? You know what I mean? Roller was, you know, or the rest of his other nephews, shit, they weren't fucking with.
Exactly. Because that's what Scripture said. Where there's no vision, the people perish.
Yeah.
They had no vision in other what they were living. You know. And what is our vision? Our vision is the kingdom of heaven. So we're not going to perish because our vision is deeper than everyone else in the world. You know, we see differently.
Can't see what right here.
You know, we see beyond.
Hey, man, that go back to that movie I was talking about, the seer and the seer, the people who can and who can't see, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know, like, you know, it's like the people with the vision, you would figure that they could see it all. But really, when you look at the people, the ones that didn't have the physical vision and the spirit, man, they was better off than the people that could actually use their vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they can move better, fight better, you know, because why? Because when you've been in the dark so long, you don't have to learn, you don't went through so much hell. You learn how to conquer that hell. You learn how to make it better. Yeah.
Like on a Dark Knight, when Batman fell down there, he had to fight Bane. Bane says, you know, you created, I believe you said you created a darkness for yourself. He said, but I was raised in the dark.
Yeah,
you know?
That's right.
You know, you ready to go toe to toe.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right.
because your other senses kick in stronger. They become stronger.
That's right. Yeah.
Especially
Right.
the presence to hear.
Oh hell yeah, man! Because hey, but y'all gotta watch that movie, man. It's heavy, bro. See, I was gonna do a video on it, man. Because man, I'm telling you, because the presence when they was everything else they could hear, they knew they would be like an army of 300, and the people, the ones when they was blinded, like 300 of them, they're coming. They're about 50 yards away. I mean, like all they other senses was just miraculous, and the people and it was two of the ones they was calling gifted. Or the witches or the gods, whatever. Sometimes they call them witches. They call them gods. But they was like, where? We don't see. They're like, where they at? You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't see them.
Also that reminds me of Elisha.
Yeah,
when he had when the servants came, they open up his eyes, he can see. But there's more that is with us than them.
Yeah.
You know, and I got it. It's 2 Ezra 7. I was going to drop this real quick. 42. He answered me and said, "This present life is not the end.
That's right.
Where much glory doth abide." So this present life is not the end, you know. So and that's what people think in this world. They believe so heavily that this is it. It's all that they can get. It's all that they can receive.
So you got a ball till you fall.
And that's what they say.
Ball out.
And you see it in their spirit. But us,
but you don't know what's coming next.
Exactly. Right. But we know what's coming next.
Right.
You know, we know what's in store. We know the latter rain. And what's said? That's Jacob's time.
That's right.
We got the latter. We got the latter rain.
That's right.
So we ain't tripping, bro. We ain't tripping about this shit. Well, how could you, when you know that you're gonna get everlasting life? That's right. How could you really fucking trip out?
I got precept.
You know.
Hold on.
This is 2 Ezra 2:42. I Ezra saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them was a young man, and who was that missing earth? That was the elect. That was up there already, because Ezra's now he was in the future. You know, He's seen what we're fighting for, okay? And that was all the elect, you know, praising Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the ones who made it. And in the midst of them was was a young man of high stature, which is Yahushua,
Mhm.
taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set a crown, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So that was beautiful. Yahushua crowned the elect. All right. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal clothing, the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High. Now are they crowned and receive songs. And what's that putting off the immortal? What's that putting off the mortal clothing? What? That's getting our spiritual bodies. Okay, being tried through the fire, going through the hell. That way we can put on that immortal clothing. All right. Then said I unto the angels, What young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them psalms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to command them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy power thou hast seen. And that's what we're doing right now, and that's what we're fighting for, is the kingdom. Okay, and that's what we can see, but they cannot see.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and this is right. Go, the second 7, back in there, 42. He answered me and said, This present life is not the end, but must glory doth abide. Therefore have ye prayed for the weak. The day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come. So the day of doom is the end of this time.
Hey, what they got that doomsday?
Yeah,
clock?
doomsday. Yeah, and this
You know?
this is beautiful, man. Because
Right.
this beginning of immortality. You know,
That's right.
the fact that we had these scriptures, this is the beginning of immortality. Because now
That's it.
we have been given open access to eternal life through Yahushua. Literally, the Most High. That's why it goes right back to the to Yahushua being that the ultimate high priest.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because now that's by us being kings and priests, we are open access to the heavens.
Yeah.
We have open access to eternal life, but by us having this truth. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of immortality for it to come, when the corruption is past. When corruption is past, and temperance is at an end, and infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown up, and truth is sprung up. Then shall no man be able to save him that destroyeth, nor to oppress him that have gotten the victory. So we ain't gonna be oppressed no more because we got the victory. We got the W. You know, we're gonna get the W. And that's the whole thing about it, that niggas can laugh all they want. You know, people like did Paul. People thought he was a fool. But he knew that in this thing I'm doing, it holds something that you niggas could never in your life dream of, man.
Can't even attain.
You niggas can't even attain it. So fuck the people in the world, man.
Yeah.
Cause you can't attain this shit, bro. This ain't for you, nigga. Laugh all you want. You know, your woman won't leave you. Fuck that bitch. Let her go.
Yeah.
Shit, cause baby, when I'm sitting on that throne with Yahushua and the 12 and I'm on that number, you're gonna be looking at you. You're gonna be looking dumb, nigga. You know,
Mhm.
and that's why Paul he spoke so boldly, because he like, look, I don't give a fuck. You know, he already knew what he was about to get. He knew that he was gonna get it one day. We just gotta wait for it, man. And it's coming right now. And it's in this time we're gonna get that everything that we've been looking for. You know. But that was it, though.
All right, let me finish up. This is 2 Corinthians 11 and 28. Besides those things that are without and which come upon me daily, the care of all the churches, who is weak, who is weak, and I am not weak, who is offended, and I burn not. If I must need glory, I will glory of the things which concern mine infirmities. Okay, so it's hard times. It's hard shit we go. That's what he.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Why would you glory in the shit that you went through? Because it made you who made you are today.
Better. Right.
And this is what this whole thing is about. You know, our hell's gonna make us the men that we're gonna be in the future, and we're gonna be those elect men. So that's what we glory in, because we're gonna be made eternal. You know, we're gonna be with that movie Eternals. We're gonna be the true Eternals.
That's right. Yeah. I gotta check that.
Okay, so Paul basically, all the hell
Well, he's bragging about
Yeah,
himself.
He's
He's bragging both.
I got stoned.
Yeah,
I got locked up.
Yeah.
But through all that, it made me who I am today. You know.
That's right. Yeah. Paul was on 50 Cent. He was
Yeah.
going to 50 Cent. Yeah, 50 Cent. Yeah, I got shot down.
Many.
Right, yeah.
Many.
Yeah.
Blood
in my eyes, I can't see. All that blood.
He tried to take my life away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when you look at it, man, hey, where you taking it from? No, but all right, but
Hey, 50 Cent, we got to rap, nigga.
yeah, right, exactly. Hey, man, let's take the scripture, bro.
Yeah, that's it.
Follow the scripture. Yeah, you know. Hey, verse 31. The power of Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, the power of Yahweh, well, the power and Yahweh of the power, excuse me, Salakia, y'all. The power and Father, our Lord Yahweh, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which is blessed forevermore, knoweth that I lie not. In Damascus, the governor under Artaxerxes, the king kept the city of Damascus with a garrison. Salaki. Desirous to apprehend me, and through a window in a basket was I let down by the wall and escaped his hand.
That's it.
So Paul boasts about all the shit he went through, man. You know, he said last one, he was in a garrison in the so basically he was in a tower, he was in a guard's tower. I think a garrison go back to like what, a guard's tower or something like that. Yeah, if I'm mistaken, like a guard's tower. So he was guarded, you know, but hey, he escaped the king's hand by being let down in a basket out the window. You know what I'm saying?
He had to escape. He had to escape like Moses.
Right, exactly. He been through some shit.
He was on the run.
Yeah, right. All the time, man. Always with some shit.
Yeah, he was a fugitive.
Yeah. He said they desires to apprehend him, man. They wanted him real bad, man. They wanted Paul bad as shit.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I'm done.
Go ahead.
This is Acts 26:1. Then Agrippa said unto Paul, Thou art permitted to speak for thyself. Then Paul stretched forth the hand and answered for himself. I think myself happy, King Agrippa, because I shall answer for myself this day before thee, touching all the things whereof I am accused of the Jews, especially because I know thee to be an expert in all customs.
So now Paul was gassing him up. You know, Paul wasn't talking shit to King Agrippa.
Nah,
he was using the wisdom.
He was being cunning.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Expert in all customs and questions which are among the Jews. Wherefore I beseech thee to hear me patiently. My manner of life from my youth, which was at the first among mine own nation at Jerusalem, know all the Jews, which know me from the beginning, if they would testify that after the most straightest sect of our religion, I lived a Pharisee.
So all the straightest sects of the religion, he was a Pharisee, right? Because they was real strict about the laws and shit, man. You know, the Pharisees was real heavy about the laws. Right?
And now I stand and am judged for the hope of the promise made of the Messiah to our father, unto which promise our 12 tribes instantly serving the Most High day and night, hope to come, for which hope's sake, King Agrippa, I'm accused of the Jews. Why should it be? Why should it be, though a thing incredible with you, that the Most High should raise the dead? I barely thought with myself that I ought to do many things contrary to the name of Yahushua of Nazareth, which things I also did in Jerusalem, and many of the saints did I shut up in prison, having receiving authority from the chief priests, and when they were put to death, I gave my voice against them, and I punished them oft in every synagogue, and compelled them to blasphemy. and beginning exceedingly mad against them. I persecuted them even unto strange cities. Whereupon, as I went to Damascus with authority and commission from the chief priests at midday, O king, I saw in the way a light from heaven above the brightness of the sun, shining round about me and them which journeyed with me. And when we were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speaking unto me and saying in the Hebrew tongue, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. And I said,
And it's like, and I go tell you that Paul was a well-rounded man. You know, he spoke a lot of languages, you know, because he heard the Lord in the Hebrew tongue, right?
Mhm.
And that's another thing I'll tell you, that these people, you ask them, like, I'm a Hebrew. Hebrew is a fucking language, jackass. All right, the Hebrew mean you're not a Hebrew, you're Israelites. You know, as people kill me with that shit, they're like, I'm a Hebrew. No, you're not a Hebrew, you're an Israelite. The Hebrew is our language. Okay, it's like English is the language. We're not English. Are you English? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you a so-called fucking American. You know what I'm saying? But we, you know, blow my mind. But he was well-rounded. He heard the Lord speak to him in a holy tongue, right? In that pure tongue. You know?
Yeah, but that was the whole point of Paul, you know, using those words, and you keep on reading, and King Agrippa said, "Well, you trying to make me be as a Christian?
Yeah,
You know? You know, when Paul made King Agrippa want to be an Israelite, basically, because of how he was speaking to him. You
That's
know?
right.
Ephesians 5:15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
Exactly. So walk circumspectly. Go ahead.
Redeem the time because the days are evil.
Redeeming the time for the days of our evil. So we have to make sure that, you know, we're redeeming time, walking as wise, not as fools.
Yeah.
You know, let's go back to Titus. You know, be blameless with them that are without. You know, so that's that using that wisdom, understand using being smart, man. This whole thing is also about being smart, using your fucking brain. It's because you're an Israelite, don't mean that you can curse out on a high mountain and tell everybody gonna die.
Right.
You know what I mean? You go to the store to condemn the whole fucking store.
Right.
So every Edomite you see at the store, you going to slavery, motherfucker. You're gonna be slave. You're gonna be. They kick your ass out of Walmart. Then you get locked up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like in the synagogue.
Yeah, and we ain't gonna sit and grab women up. You know what I'm saying? Throw them in the car and shit.
Right.
You know, we
can't.
Yeah, because we're not doing that, man. You know, there was a video like way back, a dude preaching in Walmart. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah, preaching in Walmart, man. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
You know, we're not in that
They
time.
kept sending police over there.
Yeah, send the police over to him and shit.
Yeah, he's walking in Walmart, walking around preaching.
People telling people they're gonna get put to death. Talking about Esau gonna get put to death and shit, man. You know, there's a time and place for everything. No, because you know you're Israelite, don't mean you go to your boss and be like, "Fuck you, nigga," you know, because he pissed you off, you gonna be destroyed.
Right.
All right, nigga, that take that picture gonna be destroyed.
Right.
They really play their game. I mean, their own laws. And they go.
That's what Paul did. Paul played that game.
That's it. So you got, and this whole thing, but this is why Esau has the word called court. Court means it's a game.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta play along, and you gotta fake it till you make it. Yeah. And this whole thing, but we gotta fake this shit till we make it.
That's right. Until the kingdom.
Until you how it's
come,
you know.
That's right.
You know that was it. You know, that's all I had.
Y'all brothers got something?
When we said earlier, I was going to break these three scriptures down. Sirach 2 and 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
That's right.
Verse 2, set thy heart aright and constantly endure. So, you know, that's what we doing, constantly enduring, you know, and make not haste, hurry not the time of trouble. So these things going to come upon us, man, you know. And here's the point, verse 3, cleave unto him and depart not away to Yahweh, that they may increase in the last end, man. And that's what we're trying. That's what we're doing right now. That increase, you know, what I'm saying, that increase, that endurance that we don't face, that adversity that we've been through since we've been in this truth. So that's my point.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a precept real quick. This verse we always go to, Isaiah. Let me see. Salaki. I gotta find what verse it is, but we always bring it out. It says, "I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even the gold to Ophir." And how we gonna be refined like that though? The only way we're gonna be refined like that is if we go through something. We go through the fire. You know what I'm saying? We always bring that out, but you know, Paul had to go through that fire. You know, and like Iqbal just brought out, you know, he spoke eloquently, but you know, he had that wisdom. How did he get all that wisdom? He had to go through some things. You know, you can't speak on something you haven't been through. You know,
That's right. That's right.
You try to tell a man how to get to the kingdom, how the way to salvation. You know, and tell him, hey, look, it's gonna be hard. Well, you can't really speak to those things and tell him how tough it's gonna be unless you done been through it. You know, so the Lord has to try his men. You know.
Jesus, for case say this, Isaiah 13:12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even
13,
a man.
13,
Wedge
12.
of
Yep, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Anything else, brothers? All right.
Yeah, so-
All right, we're gonna close out.
All right. Hope that was edifying. And with that, like I said, call Lord
Yahweh.
Double honors, Elvis Pastor Great Milson, and tell us the truth, this citation, all right, my thanks, speech, words, serious truth. We are the brothers of YSO, y'all, so 65 ones, and with that, shalom.
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 Shalom.